Hi, stamping friends. Hello, hello. It's Marilyn Wagner coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. I am happy to join you again on an evening. Last week was the afternoon one, and we're back to my regular time on evening here. So hopefully all is well in your part of the country, wherever you're watching from. And let me know where you're watching from and what your weather was like. Our weather here today was beautiful sunshine in Spruce Grove, but I happened to be outside for a few minutes, not for long, and the wind was really cold here. So let me know what it's like where you are and where you're watching from. Welcome back if you've been with me before, and if you've never joined me, welcome. We try to show a few different things to what I know how to do with Stampin' Up! Products and share amongst each other. If you have ideas to share on what we're doing, please do so. It's not anything that you can't share. We're live and we're having a good time. So hello, Linda, welcome. Glad you found me. So that's always a trial too, isn't it? Is to exactly know where I'm going to show up when I'm on here. And I know a few others this week have had some trouble with Facebook things happening. So, and again, we don't know what's going to happen with those things when they come about. But we just roll with the punches or roll with the Facebook and do whatever we can to keep it going. So tonight I have a couple things to let you know about, and then I have some cards to show you. I worked this morning on making some samples with this particular technique and was excited to find out that probably 2.5 hours I was able to make 16 cards. So that just gives you an idea of how easy it's going to be for you to follow suit and do the same thing. So let me try and turn the camera down here and we'll get started. Bear with me as I do those and chat amongst yourselves. It's nice that you, okay. Sorry about that. My phone said something and I wasn't quite sure what it was meaning, but it looks like it's working again now. So hello, Linda. Hello, Karen. Welcome, welcome. And let me see. There, I can see comments now. And you can also answer each other like you normally do. I know lots of you are demonstrators and you have answers as good as mine, if not better. So I don't mind at all when we share like this. So my desk is ready. I have my current host code. If you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to have you join me and use that host code if you're buying from my online store. We have a few days left of Sale-A-Bration, and if you haven't heard what it is second time this year that Stampin' Up! Has offered it, and for purchases of at least $60, and sorry, that one's sold out already, but there are lots of other choices. There's paper to do with to match the penguin set in the holiday mini. There is a stamp set that I did a Facebook Live a few weeks ago on this set. This paper is black and white, but can be colored very easily. I showed some of that last week. And this paper, Peaceful Prints, again goes with a set from the, from the mini catalog. The sheep, is a stamp set and a set of dies that go with it. And this stamp set has just taken off. Lots of people doing amazing samples with that. This is one that's a little bit more, 120 to get that one free. The Delicate Dahlias. And then you get to the hosts. If you host or if you gather a group of orders from your friends, a group of friends to order, however you want to put it, and you get to $375, you automatically get this host set. And this one has great words. I do have it, and I'm using it for a couple of the samples that I did today for you, so you get to see it. And then, of course, the join is always the best deal for any time of the year, but especially during Sale-A-Bration. And this year, what they've done is you pay $135, you get to pick what you want for $165, and then during Sale-A-Bration, so until September 30th, next Thursday, you can pick from any one of these 12 sets, and they are bundles. and they are, that's just the flyer, but they are these bundles. So if you've been kind of wondering, oh, maybe I should get that bundle, I should do this, I should do that, and Christmas is coming, there's lots of Christmas sets, now is a great time to join, and there's no pressure or anything to do anything after you do that joining. I'd love to have you on my team. We do lots of fun things. We keep in touch, and it's just a great community that we have. Hello, Charlene. Hello, Faye. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So please, if you're interested at all, give me a holler or give me a message, whatever, and I will certainly spend time talking to you about it. So, mini catalog is still in effect. It will be, I can never remember the date, January 3rd. So lots of great things happening in there. Haven't heard of anything sold out, and hopefully we don't have. And of course our annual catalog, which is always just amazing. So those are always there for you to flip through, to enjoy, and make things if you're so desire. So my card today is going to look similar to this. And it was, if you noticed in the heading of the video that I just did, it was Jackie Bolhuis from Clomp and Stompers put it on her YouTube channel. And I thought, wow, what a great way to use designer paper. So basically it's one piece of designer paper cut at corner to corner twice, and then two pieces flipped over. So you're using both sides of the designer paper. You can use the same paper, which I have done on all of these samples, but you can also intermingle other samples, which I haven't tried that yet. But for me, if you've followed me at all, you know that I'm always saying I've got to do birthday cards. I've got to do birthday cards. And here we are again on the 23rd of September, and I'm starting to get ready to do my October cards. And I'm going to need a number of them. So I thought, what better way to work up my things as well as show you how to do this and make a number of cards. Like I say, it took me, I'm going to say just over 2 hours, 2.5 hours to do 16 cards, which I'll show you at the end. So we started out with regular card base, 8.5 by 5.5. And I will go through those steps as usual. So it's scored in the middle, and even though I score it, I like to make sure I've got it lined up. And I do my burnishing on a foam pad because I find it stays a little bit flatter. It doesn't pop open quite so much. And I need that for my stamping as well, so it's always handy. Then I have, of course for black, I have a piece of white that's going to go on the inside. And all of the ones I did, as well as tonight's, I'm going to use just another layer of white, but this is down one level. If you're like me, I like reducing each layer I have by 1/4 inch. And I happen to have a handy tool that I have made showing all of those increments. Hello, Susan. Welcome. And I've labeled them. So my 5.5 by 4.25, 5.25 by 4, 5 by 3 3/4. So that's this level. And it just worked my way down. I took old cardstock, retired cardstock, and spent the time cutting them out, and I have that on my desk, so I use it lots. So if you're interested, I can give you some insight on how I did that. So then the next layer is our designer paper, which is the 1/4 inch smaller again. So that would make it, you know what, it's easier just to measure it. I have 4 3/4 by 3.5. Once you've got that cut, all you do is line it up in the paper trimmer, corner to corner, and cut it. Now the first one I did I'll just tell you my don't do's. I put it up here, and when I was done cutting, it was crooked like this, you can see. So, hi Catherine. Welcome, welcome. Everyone from everywhere. So I am lining up this corner and that corner in the center of the track. I have my cutting blade. I'm going to look through the opening and make sure it stayed there, and I'm going to cut. Then I'm going to open it and try to keep those together and just rotate it so the other 2 points, whoops, I said try to keep it together, didn't I? So the other 2 points are there, and again, trying to see that that's lined up, and cut it. And there's your 4 pieces. So then, I did try to keep them in the proper order, and laid them down. Now in this particular pattern, for me the card is going to go this way because of the trees. So no matter which, if you use flip these 2 or flip these 2, I want the trees going the right way. So in my case, I'm going to just do that. I'm going to use my liquid glue and glue them to the white layer. And the other, I'm just going to move them off because I will need all of the space. And I'm presuming you can see. And yes, please keep commenting. Any of you who've been here before know that I do draw names at the end of my Facebook Live for anyone who has commented on the prior week, and I will send the card to you if your name is drawn. Some of you on here I know have already received cards from that draw, so I really appreciate you commenting, following my business page on Facebook, and sharing this video if you so desire with your family and friends. The more the merrier. We're having a good time creating together. So a couple things I learned in making those 16 again. I'm trying, because I've got 1/4 of an inch all around, but I am spacing these out so there's a space in between, as you can see here. I've learned to leave this about 1/8 of an inch and try to make this end and this end equal. And if you look really close on some of those others I did, you'll see that they didn't always work out that way. So a little bit of liquid glue also allows me to move things a little bit as I am trying to line it up. And pretty good because that's lined up. Then I'm going to put these in here, and I guess one of the main things is to remember to put the glue on the right side. Today, one of the ones I was doing, I started putting it on the wrong piece of white because I had this piece out on my table. And then for my last piece, whoops, it should fit here. These cards, like I say, they were fast to put together. A little bit of twine ribbon to add some sparkle. And as you can see on this one, there's a bit of the, let's do this one first, a bit of the silver ribbon behind, and I do have some with gold. That particular package comes with gold and silver. So on the proper layout and side of my card, not upside down, and you can see it's not the same width here and here, but once it's all together, it doesn't really matter because we're going to have a label on the inside like that. So this paper comes from the Peaceful Prints, and I usually start with a 6x6, cut my size, and then I've got enough left to put either on the inside or somehow decorate my envelope. For now, I'm going to not do that. I'm just going to make the tag that goes on it. So, what else have you been doing? Have you been doing lots of yard work? Do many of you have certain things you have to do in the fall to kind of wind down your home or whatever? Hello, Diana. Welcome. For us this week, because we have been enjoying some fairly good weather, we trimmed the lilac bush. I have no idea if this is a good time of year to trim lilac bushes, but we did. I'm using garden green on here just to, because it is this color. I'll just let that dry for a bit. And then, what else did we do? We did something else. And I thought, well, there. Oh, I know. We had making freezer jam and beet pickles. Good job. I like beet pickles. We had my brother come and help us with fixing some leaks we had in the eaves troughs. So that was another good thing done for us before he goes back to BC. So I used this punch, the Label Me Lovely punch. That's the one that's here, and I'm going to use it on this one. And I've started with these punches to have a template of what it's going to punch out like, because then I can take my stamp set, which this is the one I'm using, and say, oh, that would fit that way, that would fit that way, that would almost fit, and just go around the stamp set. And I just tape it on there so that I've got it. Sometimes I can lift it like this and put my image underneath, and okay, I think that one would be kind of neat if I can punch it that way. So let it dry a little bit, and see if, looks like it's going to work. The other punches that I used on these cards, tailored tag and everyday label, so they all fit, well, not all, but those three at least fit for greetings, something like this. So I found with doing 16 of these, first of all, I was going to, okay, I'll cut this one and I'll stamp this and I'll put it all together. And I thought, no, that's not going to work in my world. So I cut all of the card bases, and I have been trying to remember when I'm doing something like that to score my card base first, the first full sheet, and then cut it so that I don't have to score two pieces. I only have to score one. You'll notice I finally remembered to do that. This one is a little bit curled yet, and I wasn't pleased with that. So if I take my bone folder and straighten it a bit, it helps. So what Jackie said when I watched her video, Stampin' Up! In the catalog this time has done a lot of these kind of bigger bows at the back of the greetings. So that's what's happening. And actually with this kind of, is it called, it is called, no, it's called trim, Simply Elegant Trim. It's not as thick as ribbon. Therefore, to just put it on and this above it isn't great. I mean, it would be okay. But if you do a big bow like this, place it near the greeting and put your greeting on, it just gives it that much better, a better look, for lack of a better term. So that's just a little tidbit. If this is better than what it used to be with their twine being wrapped around a cardboard, then it had kinks in both ends. So the rolls like this is better, but for those of us who want it laying flat and behaving, this is the other card I did, and I had done that straightening with the bone folder, and it did work a little bit better. So I'm going to take this one, and again, not trying to keep it exactly in the center or anything. I'm going to attach the bow with a glue dot that I'm rolling over a little bit. And I don't know, just there, I guess. Then for the greeting, I am going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals, and look at this, I'm back at a small pieces I have cut because I don't want to waste anything. And just put a bunch of them on there, and then when I place it on over the twine, the ribbon, whatever we're going to call that, it will help hold it down. So and then I can just place, trying to get that more or less in the center because that's what I want. But you can see how you can maneuver, and it's almost like when we, prior to doing a bow behind, we would put dimensionals on our greeting and then just layer the twine kind of around it. For me, this is easier, a little more structured, which I guess is in my kind of personality. So there's our card. So that is the one that one of you will be winning for your comments. I thank you again for comments, for taking part and sharing in this stamping community we have. So I will show you the other ones I made because there are so many different, and I went through what I did to start. Those you've seen, those are the same paper pack as this one. I'll just give you a little bit of background as to what I did. I went to my designer paper, and because you only need that one piece, you don't need a lot. But those of us who have designer paper, we usually have lots left over. So I went and picked out what I thought I could use for birthdays. So this is one I did for masculine, in my world, masculine birthday. And instead of a bow, I just did a half figure eight, I guess. And each of them I have done the opposite kind of thing. So this and this. So you can see they look the same but different. Then I decided, okay, need some sympathy cards, and I used the gold, which I probably should have straightened a little bit. And that one is with the Blackberry Beauty paper. So again, they're the opposites there, but I like all of them actually. So as we go through them, you can make a note and let me know which ones you like. This one is, oh, isn't that interesting? Look at what I did. Put the sign up upside, or I'll fix that. In good taste, but don't look at that. Just whichever one you like. Silly. This one is done with the Symmetry. I do have it here. Sweet Symmetry paper. So again, you can see this one I did landscape and portrait, and that one I used the words from that set that you can get if you are the hostess for during Sale-A-Bration at $3.75, and that's the words I used out of that one. So, and the happy birthday actually is from there too. But lots of great greetings in that. The sympathy is out of, this is another all-time favorite set I have with greetings. From congratulations to birthday to sympathy to thank you. Like, I've used it lots. So then I went to the, always got it on the wrong place, Beauty of the Earth. And those for birthdays again, just a little bit different birthday. Script. And then I got to Christmas. The ones we did tonight are Christmas paper. This is that Whimsy and Wonder paper with the cute little gifts. And pink never was a color I thought would be for Christmas, but I love how these how Stampin' Up has put these colors together and how they turned out. So, and then I went to the Jolly, again, grabbed the wrong one, Sweet Stockings. I know I'm getting Jolly from here. But the Sweet Stocking set, and this one I felt had to go this way because the stockings were that way. But I also wondered, as I was doing all of these, you could probably do the cutting and still keep like all the stars up if you wanted. It would just give a different effect because of how the space was in between them. So those are my cards. I want to also remind you, forgot that in the beginning, but probably better here anyway, that starting next Wednesday, the 29th, I will be sending out to my newsletter subscribers only, not on Facebook or on my blog or Instagram or anywhere else, 12 weeks of Christmas. And it will be tutorials for either cards or gift packet wrapping, gift packaging, or fancy fold cards. I can't think of what other ones. I know I've got a whole list of 12, but so if you're not on my newsletter list, I know a number of you are, but if you're not, please get over to my Facebook page or my website for sure. Facebook page has a link as well, and I will put it in this description of this video. And join my newsletter, and we'll have some fun. I'll send you 12 weeks of inspiration so you can create things, and I will not be putting them anywhere else, like I say, and I cannot send them out after the fact. So if you join my newsletter 2 weeks into it, you're only going to get 10 weeks, not 12 weeks. Make sense? Okay, I have some other shares for you. I have been doing a swap with my team, and Diana, am I too late? Yes, Christmas Stamp Stack 1 was closed last week, but there is still 2 and 3. So they are in my newsletter this week as well. You would have seen a list for them. So sorry about that, but I do have to get things ready, so it takes some time, as you know, with your big event coming up this weekend. So it's just some other show and tell. This is a card that one of my stamping sisters sent, and it's great because I don't have this set. It's a little baby onesie, I guess it's called. And look at, when you open it up, baby boy. Kind of a neat card, eh? Someday may have to learn how to do that. Then for my team, we've been swapping every month, sign up by the 15th and mail it by the end of the month. So it's turned out really well. So these are some cards that I've received from my team. And I would like to, I will be posting these on my website as their creations, but just to show you how talented a group I have. So I have that one from Sharon. I have this one from Lorene. Totally different technique again. And these gold leaves are available. Can I sign? Yeah, actually what I'll do, ladies, is I'll post the link to where you can sign up, because there's information like your phone number, your email, and whatever that I need. And it's a link that goes directly to me, okay? Will that work for you? And this one is from Nancy, and it's done with the pastels. Have any of you used the pastels? I have them, but I must admit I haven't worked much with them, and this has really inspired me to go ahead and break that box open and get started with it. So thank you for joining me, all of you, and hopefully next week as well. I do plan on being back, barring anything unforeseen. But now I have the pleasure of drawing a name, actually making my machine draw a name for this card that we did last week. I have put all of your names. Look at this. There was 14 of you that commented last week. So your names are here, and I'm going to push the button and stand still to see who the winner is. Rhonda M. So as usual, please forward me your mailing address and I can get that in the mail to you. So again, thanks for joining me, and hopefully I will see you next week, and I will look for your registrations for those classes. I will put the link in the description here as soon as I can. Thanks, everyone. Take care.